Hello, guys, welcome to the next edition of Tech Sambath. So, when I started this podcast, it was mostly my attempt at learning about AI, and whatever I learned, I thought of sharing it with the community. Now, I've been doing this for the last 2 years. For the first 1.5 years, I used to write. Now, maybe for the last 3 4 months, I've been making videos. Thank you for listening to me and your encouragement by all these LinkedIn comments and feedback. I do appreciate that. And in case you have any feedback for improvement, just let me know. I'm all ears. So in this version, in this edition, we have two updates. One, I'll be talking about the Comet browser. I had a chance to experiment on it last week. And the second one is there is a lot of discussion happening on Chat GPT-5. What can be a good prompting technique for that? So I'll be covering these two topics and over to the first topic, and that's on the Comet browser. So I was in the shortlist of Comet browser, and thankfully I got the downloadable link early this week. I think the UI more or less looks the same. The thing here is you need to have a pro account to actually leverage most of the functionality. What I really liked is it for my social media. I think uh, I used to have Buffer, which used to do all my scheduling of tweets or a LinkedIn post. But now with Comet browser, we can easily directly post it from here. It actually creates a lot of stuff and posts it for you. So, for example, for the ease of it, what I did, I picked up one of my link. I had done one blog on the new acquisition acquihire concept, and let me say that please create uh, two social media posts on this and directly post one of the directly post one in X and schedule another for maybe to day after tomorrow. So what it does is this agentic browser, what I've done is I have actually logged into X in one of the tabs. And for the sake of confidentiality, I'm not showing you the tab, but I have already logged in there. So what it will do is quite exciting. I was quite impressive. And my default LLM is GPT-5, of course. And let's see. So what it does is now it will create the normal social media post to post. And here I think what mistake it will do is the good thing here is initially it will create a tweet considering that I have a pro account in X. But unfortunately, I have a free account, so it will not be able to post long messages. It will understand that. It will actually create that small message of 150 character. So in order to avoid that, I could have easily written, okay, make it short and less than 140. But the best part of it is it actually goes, it checks it out itself, does the recommendation itself and posts it out. So let's see what he has done. So it will take some bit of time. It's a little slow. So we'll come back once it has posted. I have to cut short because it's taking a little bit more time. So what we will do is we'll just stop it and we will change the to Cloud Sonnet 4. Hopefully this should do the work. I changed it Cloud Sonnet 4 and I'll say can you try again and let's see if it does it. So we'll just so it actually asks created a tweet, but I'm sure it will get stuck because I have a free account. Let's see, let's play with it. Let's put continue. Then it will realize that okay, it will put my content and it will suddenly realize okay, the post has exceeded the characters, so it will automatically revert back, create a shorter version. So what I did initially, I started with GPT-5, maybe some problem at the back end. So it fills up the. It did not work. I changed it to Sonnet 4, still over the character limit of 116. So let's see. Let me refresh the page. So so if you look at it, it's again loading. It's nice to read through. Okay, it's just like a human working, and they are. It has a fresh compose window, concise. Yes, over the limit. Let's see. And it's taking a bit of a time. That's what I thought. It was slow, but it does the work, and somewhat it actually realizes the mistake all by itself. Puts okay, welcome page for it's within the limit. The poster enabled. Then yes. So let me refresh. So it's getting circled with the same words. So it actually makes sense if you just make the modification while giving, okay, I have a free account, 140 character. It poor fellow wouldn't have circled so much, but let's see. Hopefully, it should learn by itself. And yeah, post one and publish. Yes, now notice it has been the post is. Mhm. Yeah. So I think the post has been done, and yes. Now what it actually did the first work, it actually posted it, and as and when it is now scheduling it, it will again come into the same problem of high number of characters. But let it fix. But meanwhile, let's see whether it has put the post or not. This is my LinkedIn. Now this is something like see. So it actually created a trend and it put in a lot of stuff out here. So it's actually I'm quite happy with the way it actually worked here. The thing here is initially the LLM did not work well. That GPT-5 maybe some problem at the back end, but good to see that it's the Sonnet 4 did the work with the agent, and now it is scheduling. So we'll just wait. It'll again go through its big post and it'll try to shorten it and then it'll schedule it. So we'll just wait for that. So looks like it's getting stuck again. We'll just stop it and we'll just say, uh, can you, the rescheduling part did not work. Can you do it again? So, so that it does not go into the loop, let me make it upfront. The character limit is 120 words for the X post. So let's see. It should not again do the multiplayer. It will not again rectify itself. Hopefully, it should be a one sure stop of scheduling. So yeah, so it researches my take some bath. Yeah, it gets all the link and it actually creates a post and we'll just stop it and come back once it has been scheduled. So if you look at it again, it went into this more than 140 characters. So it did not get into my prompt. So I think as a best practice is just make the prompt clear from the first of it as you work with the agent. That's has been my learning, and I learned it in this podcast only. So I'll do that. So yeah, so it composed it. It okay, still 80. It's again going in circles. Okay, to reduce the number of characters, and so it's taken me a more than 5 minutes to put a post in X and schedule one post. So it's quite slow. I hope, and I sincerely hope that things will improve once uh, people give their feedback and um, the LLMs improve. But that's quite encouraging to see that you are not doing anything. And actually, the good part is you just put it here, do your work. In case it gets stuck, you get a notification, and things get done. So meanwhile, what I will do is, what are the other use cases? So as it is for the other use cases is, you open up your LinkedIn. You can go and visit my LinkedIn. I actually asked the Comet browser to go see my LinkedIn. Wherever you think make the changes, just rephrase those my profile section and all, make it much more attractive. And it actually did a good job. Actually, before posting it, of course, it gave me some of the things. Okay, these are the things I want to post it. Can I do it? I said okay, do it. And it actually made all the changes, added new skills. It added some 50 plus skills to my LinkedIn ID. So yeah, so now that's the second use case. The third use case which I wanted to mention was yeah, filling up the forms. So that's one of those manual work which we don't like. It's basically pulling up some numbers or words from some Excel sheet, putting it in some forms. This actually I tried it in Comet. I'll yeah. So this is you can see it in a schedule post. Yes. Let's see if it has been scheduled or not. So how do we say it? You go here. I go to draft. I go to scheduled, and yeah. So this is scheduled for tomorrow. So wonderful. It actually did post and did schedule. It took a little bit of time, more than 10 minutes, which is quite unusual. But the good thing is it did the activity. It's little slow, but it does a good job and it does a lot of reasoning and all. Now the next portion is, I told you the another two use cases. One is social media. Then the research is another one thing which I think you guys should be using, because right now we do a lot of Google research, have multiple tabs. So this actually has the capability where you can it reads content across all the tabs and makes a research out of it. So yeah, it's a lot of use cases. Maybe I'll take another podcast to tell you about the research part. Maybe in the next podcast I'll tell you that. So let's move on to the next part, which is GPT-5 instructions. I stay. Okay, welcome back. So here we'll be talking about the GPT prompting techniques. So GPT-5 actually, what happened? OpenAI actually discarded all its existing models. So GPT-5, it actually has two. It has two functionality. It is a LLM and it is a router. So based on your query, it will actually decide which LLM to pick to answer. So for some answers, it will pick only the basic LLM models with no inference or test time compute. So it will just go give immediate answers. Whereas for some questions, it will require some inference or test time compute. So it will do some bit of reasoning and give the answers after some time. So it's a very good routing tool. So how to use it? So initially, what happened in the prompting technique world? Initially, there was a lot of focus on prompting. Then reasoning came in. The prompting, because reasoning itself had chain of thought computing, chain of thought reasoning built into it. So they said, okay, prompting is not that required. Just give a high level prompt and it will do its own chain of thought reasoning. But after this, GPT-5, which is a combination of reasoning plus typical LLM. Again, prompting technique is quite important, and I'll just give you five things which is critical while you are prompting in GPT-5. The first one is there is a reasoning effort parameter which has been created. So, as the name suggests, if it is more, means you more time is taken by the LLM to give you the answers, and more the reasoning part is initiated. Whereas if it is less, immediately it will pick up, scan a PowerPoint, or it will pick up the email address. It will do short, immediate. Throughput time is very less, and you will get the response quite fast. So yeah, so this is something like one of the examples. We actually tell them. So one thing which everybody is telling in the social media is uh, we have to actually categorically tell what the categorize our instruction, what is the method, what is the early stop criteria, and we have to actually give something like what is the reasoning effort which is required, high, low, medium, and it has to be properly labeled, the prompting. Then the second way where people are getting maximum benefit about GPT-5 is asking the GPT-5 to self-reflect its answer. So self-reflect is something like after drafting your answer, review it critically and note any weaknesses. That's one option. Another way where I've seen it is, can you rate your answer from a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of how close it is to give to the proposed answer? How happy are you with your answer? And suppose it gives maybe 8 out of 10, then you can just write, okay, for me it looks like it's a 7 out of 10, can you have a relook at it? So it will actually review its answer. And one of the things which is happening here is it actually reduces hallucination by this self reflection. Then there are tool preambles in agentic workflow. You can actually ask uh, the LLM to use tools like web search or coding tools and all. Then lot of things are possible here. Then there is another it is called verbosity parameter. Okay, basically high, low, medium in terms of how verbose you want your answer to be. So that's something which is also you can put it in to get the maximized return out of it. Then yeah, multi-format integration. So it works well if you ask the give LLM audio, video, code together. So if you feed in a lot of data, you'll get wonderful answers out there. So these are some of the prompting technique which I found. I did a research using this, and also I did a bit of research in social media. I'll again reiterate structured instructions in terms of break the instruction into structures like goal, method, then use reasoning effort as well, because from the reasoning effort we are actually indicating the chat GPT which LL, because it's a router as well, the intelligent router, so we are giving some indication to the router as well. Then the second one is self reflection. That's wonderful, I've tested around. Whatever question you are giving, for example, any business strategy, ask the AI to self reflect on it. The third one is, yes, tool preambles. What are the tools you want the LLM to call or start initiate? Fourth is the verbosity and context optimization, and the fifth one is multi-format integration with custom tools, basically image analysis, data synthesis tools. So yeah, these are some of the 5 best prompting techniques for GPT-5. Hope you start using it. I'll also share a PowerPoint which I've created using this data, and I'll share it in the comment section. Do give your feedback on that. So that's more or less covers this week podcast, Tech Samvad podcast, and it was mostly trying out the Twitter. It was slow, I agree, but I'm quite hopeful that things will improve. And what we are seeing is the initial stages of agentic AI, and I'm quite excited about it. And as promised, what I will try to do is cover another use case for the next time. Hope you liked it. Any feedback, just give it in the comment section. And yeah, till next time, thank you.